guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be using a couple of palettes I've gotten recently in PR together. I got these all the same week, so I wanted to use them all, but I don't necessarily have time to do individual videos on multiple looks with them. So the first two are the ingredient palette and the Bon Appetit palette from Amy Hart's Beauty. I do have my initial look and swatches, initial impressions video up on this. I will link it up in the iCards. And the next one is the color kit from Yaass Glitters, and it's a collab with Makeup by Abby. And I also have my initial swatches, review, first impressions, everything up with this one as well. So I will link those up in the iCards. And I do also have an affiliate code with both of them. So the one with Amy Hart's Beauty is for 10% off, and it's Melissa Ann. The one with Yaass Glitters is 15% off, and it is Mel. So I will put all that information down below. I'll link their Instagram accounts and their websites too if you want to go check those out. I said that I got these in PR, but like always, you're going to get honest opinions from me, and I'm going to use a multitude of shadows today so we can see how they all look. So between those videos and this one, I tried to use as many shadows as I could. That was really the purpose of it. What else? Oh, I've got my fall giveaway going on. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link right up here where you can check out the video, and then I'll put a link down below on all the information to get entered and everything. This is going to be the second look, and then I am going to have one other look as well. So let's hop into look number one. I'm not really like trying to use any specific shades in these palettes. I'm just using them to play with them. So I will have two looks in this video, and for the first look, I'm going to do something a little more detailed that I haven't done before. I mean, a type of look that I haven't done before, I guess. It's going to be a type of halo cut crease, but I do want to use this shade in here for sure, and I think this yellow shade. Oh, you know what? I'm probably going to use the one from the ingredient palette because it's a little more deeper. So this is Bananas from the ingredient palette, and this is Mac and Cheese from the color kit. And I do want this a little deeper. It has just a little bit more orange to it. Those are the ones I know for sure I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to use anything from the Bon Appetit palette today, because I think that I may end up using an inner corner one. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I think I'm going to start with the red apples from the ingredient palette. To start out on, I'm going to take this brush here. It's from one of the Urban Decay Vice palettes, and it's just a really densely packed but smaller shader-ish kind of brush. And with apples, I'm going to start by just creating a line right here where I want it to go. And then I'm going to blend it up a bit. So I just got to place that where I want it to. So I'm going to turn this brush around. It's got a little bitty blender on the other side, and just kind of blend that up a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much about it because I'm going to blend another color in with this shade. I just don't want harsh lines there. So next I'm going to take Cheese from this palette, and I'm going to take that same little blender brush that I used, and I'm just going to blend Cheese right on top of it. Kind of struggling a little bit with picking that color up. Let's see if this... So we're just going to kind of create a gradient in this transition area. It is almost kind of like this cheese shade has hit hard pan already. Now I'm getting a lot more pigment with it, so maybe I just had to break that top layer. I don't know. Okay, there we go. So that's where I want... For the inner and outer corners, I am going to use both Purple Power from the Yaass Glitters palette and probably Grapes here from the ingredient palette. I'm going to start with this brush here. This is the ColourPop E5 to place the color, and then I'm going to go in with this Morphe 507 to blend the color out. So I'm going to start with Purple Power here. I haven't used this shade yet in this palette, so We'll see how it is. That's pretty good purple. So I'm just kind of placing this down because then that other shade and blending this will kind of help me place it exactly where I want it. That's good for now. Then I'm going to go in with that Morphe brush and grapes. So, and I'm just going to blend right here on the edges for now with this shade. Okay, so in my last last palette of the month, I had talked about doing a build your own palette with my single shadows for my palette for September, and I filmed it. It was so fun to film, and it actually was like quite the process to get the camera set up to sit on, to face the desk and have a good angle for showing what I was doing. And now I can't find that disc anywhere. So usually I take my disc out right away and put it in my computer, and somewhere between getting it to my computer, some child must have interrupted me, and now I don't know where it's at. So hopefully by the time this is up, I have found it and edited it, because I think when this goes up, I may be gone already by the time this goes up. This is where I'm going to leave it for now. I've got some cleaning up to do in the crease area, but first I want to do my cut crease and see where that all falls before I do anything else with the crease. So I've got my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I think I'm going to be ready to take the stopper out of that soon. I'm going to take my ColourPop, this is the E3, I believe this is the concealer brush. I really like it for cut creases though. And for this cut crease, I want it to be like a tornado shape, so a funnel shape from the center of the eye. So to start that out, I'm just going to look forward and place it right where the black pupil of the eye is there, so I know where the center is. So then I'm going to just create how far I want it to go out here. And then just make the diagonal going in. For the top part of that, that's where I'm going to put the Bananas shade. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush here, and I'm going to take Bananas. Hopefully this shade is going to be pigmented enough to give me the look that I want. And it's just going to cut right here. Let me try adding some of the yellow from the color kit. I'm going to go back in with the brush that I had apples on and just clean that line up a bit. For the center part, that is where I'm putting this beautiful color, Josie, right here, and I am going to use some fixing spray for that. And that's just going to go on the rest of this lid here. Oh, this color is so pretty. And then I'm just kind of moving it in a little bit to blend it, but then I'm going to go back in with the purple and blend it too. I think I'm going to take this little brush. I really like these Luxie brushes for blending from the outer V to where the shimmer is on my looks. So I'm just going to blend it right where they all meet. And then I think I'm going to go back in with Apples, which is the red shade from the ingredient palette, on that same brush. And not necessarily blend, but just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it looked a little bit choppy right here. where it meets the yellow, and I don't want it looking choppy at all. I'm going to go back in with Cheese, which is the orange shade, and blend that line out. I think I'm done with the upper lid, so now for the lower lash line. I am going to start with Grapes and wrap that on the inner and outer corners of the lower lash line. And then I think I'm going to pop Yellow for the center of the lower lash line. And I'm going to take Bananas, which is from the ingredient palette here. So let's see, we've used this one. We've used these three and this orange one from this palette. And then we've used Josie and Purple Power. I'm not sure if either of these yellows are my favorite. It's really hard to get yellow that, well, I guess that does look pretty good, that really pops on the lower lash line, I feel like sometimes. Let me go back in with the purple so I can kind of blend where those meet. I want to pop something in the center of this lid. I think I'm going to take this shade. This is Glazed from the Bon Appetit palette. And I mean, I'm just like really lightly, I'm going to take it on the same brush so it still has got some of my pink shade on it. And I'm just really lightly going to give that, like, it's just going to give it a little extra dimension to it. Like, you can't really tell it's there, but it just gives it a little something extra when you put just a little bit lighter of a shade in the middle of a halo spotlight kind of eye. Okay, what am I going to do next? I'm going to tightline with black. I think I'm going to put white in the waterline today and then do some mascara. Probably going to do some cleaning up with a wipe here as well, and then I am also going to do a black wing liner, and I'll be back to show you the look. Okay, so I've got the final look done. I did go back and do a bit of a blending here and there, and I am going to pop this Glazed from the Bon Appetit palette in the inner corner of the lid. This is the Luxie brush that I used to help blend. So just to kind of pop that corner a little bit. Ooh, we need to pick out something for the lips. Sao Paulo from Ofra. Let's just go ahead and put this one on. And I am going to pop some lashes on today because I think that this look is deserving of lashes for sure. This look was definitely a bit harder to create than I anticipated it was, but I am going to leave it how it is because I could see if I keep on fixing every little part that I have an issue with, I could end up with something that doesn't look very good. So I think for a first time, not bad. I'm going to keep on trying it. I'm going to keep on trying this style because I think, you know, the more you practice, the better you get. That's just how it is with makeup and life in general. So let me go ahead and pop some lashes on and I will show you the final look with lashes. Okay, here is the look with lashes. These are the Midas Cosmetics Celine lashes. I have really been liking these lately. They're just kind of like flirty, simple little lashes and pretty easy to apply as well. And then I also popped on this Lucius Lux Collection gloss. This is one of my favorite glosses ever. It's in Trap Money and it just makes any lipstick, it just gives it that little extra. I really prefer a glossy lip and it was just calling to me. So I put that on. I feel like when I was filming this, I was just kind of, it was very concentrated. I was very concentrated on what I was doing, but I'm enjoying this look and excited to try it out more and just get better at this look. Although I think it looks all right. I'm liking how things look today. I just struggled a little bit with this orange one, but the other shadows performed great in here. And what did we use from this? Oh yeah, the only thing I used from this one was Glazed. Honestly, I don't know how much I'm really going to use this Bon Appetit palette because while they're really beautiful, they're not the typical colors that I reach for. So we'll see. We'll see if I pull for that at all. And then from the color kit, I'm really enjoying this palette so far. And the shadows I've used so far have been pretty good quality. So what I've used so far, these, everything but the pink, the black, everything but the pink and the black I've used so far. And this one, have I used that? Maybe these two. So I've used almost everything so far, but I think the next look I want to do You guys have already seen the next look, but I think I want to do something blue-green. I'm thinking with this, and then maybe I'll pull in, we've got a blue and a green shimmer in this, so maybe I'll pull something in from that one as well. So let's get into that look. So for look number 2, you guys have already seen it, but I haven't yet. So like I said, I want to use some of the greens and blues from the different palettes. So I'll probably use this green right here from the ingredient palette. That's broccoli. And then in the color kit palette, we have got a green and a green shimmer, and then those different blues. So I'm not sure what all ones I will use from that palette. And then we've got a blue and green shimmer in here. So I know I want to do a full cut crease today. I'm going to start out with this lighter green shade just for the transition area, just kind of a light wash of that to help get this transition area started. And this is a ColourPop brush, the E2. I don't need a ton of pigment right here, so I'm kind of doing it like I'm barely taking any from the palette. It's a really pretty lime green shade though. And I used this shade in the first look I did on Instagram with this palette, except it had a little bit more prominence in that look than it's going to have in this look. So for the next shade, I'm going to take the green color from the ingredient palette, and I'm going to use this one for the crease. I'm going to take this brush. This is a base shadow brush from Real Techniques, and I do like using this one in the crease, and I'm just going to deepen up that crease area here. That's a really pretty green shade. These two blend really well together too. Then I'm going to take the brush that I used that light green on, and I'm not adding anything, but I'm just going to kind of blend that up and out. And that's all I'm going to take from the ingredient palette today. Ooh, and then I'm just not sure. I think I'm going to do my cut crease first before I go in with anything else. But I think I'm going to take Hometown 57 and what do we have in here? Smoothie from this one. So maybe the rest of the lid will just be blue. I've got my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and I've got a small detailer brush. This is the Morphe 421. And this is going to go on the whole lid because we're doing a complete cut crease with it. So I'm going to start off by putting it on the lower part of my lid and then blinking up to see where that's going to hit. And then when I'm going to pull this all the way out, kind of where I would have the wing. The bottom of this doesn't really matter so much as the top of this line does. For the very outer edge of this, that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to take, I just grabbed several detailer brushes here. They're just the small little concealer or detailer brushes. You can use whichever ones you have. And I'm going to start with this very deep blue shade for that outer part of the wing here. And I don't need to spray this or anything. This one is a matte shade. Just starting here where I want it to go to, and then I'm gonna bring it out. That's has some good pigment, I think. I like that. I'm having a little bit of a spot here where I've got a little crinkle in my eye. Next, I'm going to take this blue shade right here. This is also from the color kit, and this is number 57. Oh yes, I did see that on Makeup by Abby on her Instagram account, she did explain where all of the colors came from, where their names came from. So I'm going to link her Instagram account below so you can check that out. But it was really cool to hear about that and where it came from, and you kind of get to know her a little bit more. Okay, so as I'm putting this on, I'm also blending these where they meet. I don't like all the way up where that concealer met, so I'm going to clean that up with some green. And then the last shade we're going to go in with is from the Bon Appetit palette, and it is Smoothie, the shade right here. So that's the most shimmery shade. I kind of debated whether I should put that on the inside or on the inner corner, and I decided the inner corner because it does have some light, like some lightness to it. Just placing that on that last intersection of the cut crease we did. These blues here are blending really nice together. I don't even feel like I have to do that much blending between the middle one and the inner one. I do want to clean up on the crease line here. I'm going to take this one from the Urban Decay Vice palette. So it's a shorter, denser kind of shader brush. So it's going to give me a little more precision, but it's still going to help blend out where that concealer is. And let's see, that was from the Ingredient palette, that green shade. So I'm going to go in with Broccoli and just put it right on top of that concealer that went up a little too high there. I'm going to go in with my fluffy brush and just blend right there. Oh, I love how that looks. Let me go ahead, you know what, let's do the lower lash line while we're here on this. I have a new green liner. I got the green Dose of Colors, those new liners they came out with, so I do want to use that today. And then I think I am going to pull, I'm going to take Broccoli to start with on the lower lash line. And I can just use that same little brush that I just used for the crease. I think that this video should go up before the 21 Days of Beauty is over at Ulta. And these new Dose of Colors liners, I mean, they're not super new, but they're newer to their line, are in the hot buys. So they were $10.50 a piece, I think. So this is Lucky. This is just a regular green shade. I'm going to pop that in the waterline. That applied really nice to the waterline. I'm going to take this little Luxie 141 mini round brush. I don't know what I would do without these brushes. I use them all the time. But I'm going to go in with Role Model, which is the lime green from the color kit here, and just kind of blend out the lower lash line. I'm not bringing it all the way up on this right here, and I do need to clean this up a bit. I'll probably do that with a wipe. Let's just go ahead and do that here. So just where some of that concealer went a little lower than where I wanted it to go, and then that'll sharpen up that wing a little bit. I'm going to go back in with my little Luxie brush. That is really pretty. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish the other eye. What else am I going to do? Do I want a wing liner? I don't think I do with this look. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other eye. I'm going to do just a little black liner right above the lid where I'm going to pop some lashes on, do my mascara, black tight line, and be back to show you that look before I put the lashes on. Alright, so back with everything done except for the lashes. I ended up putting on the Buxom, I don't even know what this is, Hush Hush lip crayon, and then the ColourPop Roundabout lip gloss on top of it for my lip today. So let me go ahead and pop some lashes on, and I'll be back with the final look. Back with the final look of that, and I do want to put something in the inner corner. So let me see what I want to use. See if there's something. You know what? I haven't used this shade yet. This is Cereal. I don't think I used this shade. So I'm going to use that one, and I just need a tiny little brush. I'm just going to take this little brush here. This is the Detailer brush from Real Techniques. I did get some Sigma brushes over the holiday weekend. When you're seeing this, it's probably ways away from the holiday weekend because I'm doing a lot of pre-filming right now, and Yeah, but I cannot wait to get them. It said they shipped like the day after I bought them, but I don't have them yet. And oh, I just want them so bad. I can't wait to try them out. And that's actually all I bought on Labor Day, so pretty proud of myself there. That looks good. Just a little something on the inner corner. Ooh, guys, what do you think? I like this look a lot. And let me move this. And I'm just going to talk a little bit overall about these palettes. Obviously, this look is the third time I have used these 3 palettes. So I don't have an in-depth review yet, but I will talk about them more on my channel. Overall, the Bon Appetit palette, very beautiful shimmers. True to Amy Hart's Beauty shimmers. Her shimmers have always been beautiful. She's had a really, really great formula on those. So if you like that color scheme, or you just want some more shimmer options in your collection, that could be a good one for you. And the ingredient palette has been really good to me so far. You guys have seen me use most of the shades in here, I think. I think I have used all of the colorful matte shades. And I didn't really have issues with any of them. Did I have some with the apple shade? I don't think so. I think everything worked really good from this palette. And with the color kit, oh, I was going to do some kind of purple and pink look, wasn't I? Well, I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll do one of those for Instagram. You know what? I got the Fantasy palette. Maybe I could use... It has some purples in it too. I could use these 2 together to do a purpley pink look. But I mean, right off the bat, I really, really am enjoying this palette as well. I don't know that it's a palette that I'll reach for to use on its own a lot, if that's something that you're looking for. And I had fun combining them with the Amy Hart's Beauty palette, and they're 2 smaller brands. I mean, they're also the brands that are sending me PR right now, so I don't want that to skew, not what I'm saying, because I really enjoy them. I don't want it to skew your opinion of what I'm saying because they're sending me them. But I do really enjoy these brands. I guess this is the first time I'm using Yaass glitters, but so far I'm enjoying it. And you guys know I love Amy Hart's Beauty. I've been using her shadows before she was sending me PR. So these all came in August, so I'll probably do like just an update of things I've tried in September at some point, and I'll talk more about those in there now. But these are some looks I created at them, so that kind of allowed you to see how the shades worked. I didn't have to do any kind of special techniques or anything to get them to work. They applied just like you saw them, and I used just real standard eyeshadow techniques when I used them. So I mean, that's always something good to know, because there are some eyeshadow palettes where, although they're good quality, you've got to have a little bit more knowledge of techniques to have them work well and easily for you. So, okay. That's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to enter that giveaway before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!